Hi, everybody. Sorry, I'm a few minutes late. Tried to log in. It kept saying error, error, error. But I made it. Happy Monday, everybody. Last Monday of August. Hard to believe, right? We're actually going to experience a little bit of calmer weather as far as heat is concerned here in Midland. Midland, if you guys don't know, is desert country. We are far west Texas, only about an hour away from New Mexico. So that's how far west we are. If you know about the state of Texas, there's that panhandle on top, and then it goes ooh, like this and around and down. We are right in the corner in the far west side near New Mexico. So this week, actually, we're even going to have highs that are only in the 80s, which is pretty surprising on a lot of levels for where we're at. So we're looking forward to those calmer temperatures. Hi, Roz. Thanks for joining me today. And like Roz just did, I love it when you guys come on and you let me know you're here. It helps me to know that people are watching me and engaged and seeing what I'm doing. So when you come on, let me know you're here, say hello, and we can have some fun together today. I'm really looking forward to that. So, we have a lot to talk about. There's a lot coming up on the horizon, lots of new products because the holiday mini catalog, which is this right here, fabulous, fabulous catalog, goes live a week from today. I'm sorry, a week from tomorrow. So if you don't have one of these and you would like me to get you one in your hands, please let me know and I would be happy to mail one out to you. But lots of upcoming events are using products from this catalog. I'm not allowed to show you the insides yet, but you're going to love it. I do have some product on hand that I'm allowed to show you, and I plan on showing you that in just a minute. Okay, so my events coming up are all centered around products that are in this mini catalog that is going live next week. Okay. So, and then today is so exciting because it's my second craft along. A craft along is where you can get all the products that I'm using in my Facebook Live early so that you can craft along with me. So it's not just you watching me, it's you creating the projects together as if we were face to face right across the table from each other. So I'm excited to do the craft along. I had lots of you out there take this one. We're using the Changing Leaves bundle in the online exclusives, and I'll show you more about that in just a minute. I'm going to move you down to my hands here and show you some things. First of all, Lori Brown. Lori's in Utah. You won our Sweet Pea cards from last week's Facebook Live. These were fun. I had quite a few of you place an order so that you could get this class to go, which is fun. I love that. You make me happy, and happy birthday. So Lori won these cards for commenting and talking with me on my Facebook Live, either while it's going on or on replay. Either one is fine, or sharing out my video to other people, tagging other people. Any of that would qualify you to earn the projects from the previous week. So Lori Brown is the winner. So Lori, I'm pretty sure I have your address from bingo night, but if I don't, I will let you know. Okay, so before I show you all of this, no, I do want to show you this first. My next, let me get rid of this right here. There we go. My next Christmas card series class, my next Christmas card mega class where you make 8 cards, 2 each of 4 designs, we'll be using the Sentimental Wishes bundle from the holiday catalog. Hi, Sherry. Thanks. Central Pennsylvania. Thanks for joining me today. So my next mega Christmas card class where you make 8 cards, 2 each of 4 designs, will be using the Sentimental Christmas suite in the holiday catalog. Now, like I said, I'm not allowed to open the catalog and show you. As soon as the catalog goes live next week, though, you better believe I'm going to show you some beautiful pictures of some cards that they have made with this. I love the feel of this. It has a very retro, old-fashioned 50s, 60s kind of feel as far as the stamp set and the matching dies. We have these beautiful gems that are called druzy adhesive back embellishments. And druzy is a word that is like those glitter rocks, genodes that you find out in nature that are very sparkly and jaggedy. These are stunning. You guys can see that. We'll be using those. We'll be using this beautiful shaded spruce, satin and organza ribbon. So pretty, right? And then I want to show you these DSPs. Look at this. Doesn't that just remind you of when Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer first came out, the look of this paper? The back side of that is some snowflakes. Look at these beautiful ribbons with the holly. The back side of this one is some Christmas trees in that shaded spruce color. The next is this beautiful paper with the Christmas trees. The back side of that is this shaded spruce peppermint stripe, which I love. The next one kind of lends itself to like a scrapbooking page, but you could do some fun things with this paper, even if you don't scrapbook. Look at the back side of this. Oh my gosh, those candles and greenery and that pretty peacock and shaded spruce in there is just so fun. I love that. Here's another peppermint stripe in red, and the opposite side of this is just the boughs with the ribbon. And then this also lends itself to kind of a scrapbooking page, which Stampin' Up! Is starting to get more into. But I've seen some people cut the corners and use those corners on some great cards. I love the candy canes in that. And look at this, those stockings. And the dies from this set will even cut out that stocking image in the DSP. So we're going to have some fun with that. So if you're interested in taking my next mega Christmas card class called Sentimental Christmas, the registration link will be up in the description after this video is over, and it'll take you directly to the registration page for this class. Now, this is a pretty quick turnaround. This registration for this class ends on September the 8th. Okay, so that's so that I can get all the product in and get everything prepped and out the door by September the 14th. Okay, of course you would get a PDF, you get all the product you need to make the 8 cards. You have to have this bundle on your own to complete the card. So there's a place where you can add that onto your registration. And then you can be pretty close to getting a class for free. This class is $40 or free with a $45 purchase. So let me know if you need help with any of that. Do you guys like that suite? I really do love it. Okay, so then let me show you my next graphic here. My next event after the Sentimental Christmas is my Fall Super Saturday event. It's on September 28th. If you're coming in person, it's an all-day event, or you can also get it to go, okay? So the to-go people, well, everybody, you can choose from 3 different classes. Let me get this graphic out of the way. You don't have to take all 3. You can take 1 or 2 or all 3. The first class is More Than Autumn. It's this new bundle from the holiday catalog, and you will make 4 cards. You will get $20 additional dollars in free product, which includes designer series paper, a full roll of ribbon, and a full package of embellishments. We're going to make some really cute autumn pumpkin spice season fall cider cards with this More Than Autumn bundle. So that's the first class. The second class uses the Filled with Cheer stamp set from the online exclusive store, and this class has this stamp set included in the cost, okay? So you get the stamp set included in the class for you. If you already have it, I'm happy to exchange it for another stamp set that you might need or want. Yay, I'm right here where I always am, Kathy, right on my Tuttle Up page. This stamp set coordinates with this bundle, which is called Filled with Fun. You can see that this little wagon fits that wagon right there. This banner cuts out those lights up there at the top. Lots of fun things with this. So you'll make 4 cards. Stamp set is included. That would be class number 2, okay? Now, the third class, you better be listening up here, is our new kit with the Haunted Home Kit, where you make this super cute 3D haunted house for Halloween. I have seen some stunning houses with this on our leaders page. I bought 10. I need 1 for myself. I've already sold 5 for this retreat. So if you would like to get in on this retreat and get this haunted home kit, they are sold out until next November. So if you want one of those 4, you need to let me know, and when I send your kit out to go, or if you're coming in person, I will hold a kit for you. So I have 4 more of those left, and then I'm going to have to turn that option off for my fall retreat, okay? So that is what I have coming up right away. Also in September, I have a breast cancer fundraiser that I do every year. More about that is going to come. There's going to be a stamping and a non-stamping option, and I give all my proceeds to the Susan G. Komen Foundation for Breast Cancer Research. 2 more quick things. There is a designer series paper sale going on just until August 31st. And if you got bonus coupons last month, you have to redeem them by the end of August. You should have gotten an email with your codes in it. If you need help with that, I'm happy to help you with that as well. All right, so let me get rid of all these graphics and let's get started with some stamping. Okay, so this is a craft along event, and what a craft along event means is that you can pre-order the product that you need for the projects that I'm doing today, so that you can craft along with me. So this month's craft along participants all received a full package of the Pecan Pine Clear ribboned dots. They received a whole package of the Gingham and Vanilla Gingham ribbon. They received a full color PDF of all the instructions of everything we're going to make today, and a half a pack of this Neutrals Designer Series paper. So my craft along kits will always include a half a pack of DSP, a full roll of ribbon, a full package of embellishments, and everything you need to make the projects, including the little gifts that go inside. Okay, so think about joining me for my next craft along. Information about that will be going out soon. But in case you want to know, I'll be using the Regal Winter suite from the holiday catalog. Beautiful teal, purples, roses. That is what my September craft along is going to be about. So more information about that to come. Okay, so how about we get started? If you would like to get today's craft along kit, you still can by going to my TuttleUpShop.com using host code TA2CYVWS. Place an order of $40 or more, and I will give you a kit to make all the projects that we're making today, if you love them, if you would like them to come to your door. Okay, so let's get started. Who's ready? I'm ready. All right, so our first project is This beautiful card says, "You are amazing in every single way." Isn't that fun? And I want you to see the detail on these leaves. The cool thing about this bundle is that it includes a hybrid embossing folder. That means you can die cut and emboss things at the same time. So I love that about this whole bundle. And so here's card number one. I'm going to make it with you. Let me grab my ink pads out of here and my pieces. So we're going to start with a early espresso card base that is a 5.5 by 8.5 and scored down the middle at 4.25. I'm going to grab a bone folder here, maybe. Yep. And we will burnish that fold line so we've got a really nice fold on it there. Okay, I'm going to get rid of these bottom thirds so that you can really see what I'm doing today. There we go. All right. So starting with the early espresso card base, the next thing we're going to do is I cut a piece of that Neutrals DSP. This is the early espresso one with the leaves on it. There's a stripe on the back. That one would be cool too. Either one of them are great. And we are going to adhere this to the card front. So for the crafting along, I partner with my friend Monica Gabberty. Monica's been a top demonstrator for many years. We have been friends for several years, and she's just an awesome designer, and we share the designs. So this one is actually one of Monica's, and it's nice to trust each other enough that we know the other one is going to design beautifully as well. Okay, so there's that. I've got the DSP right on the front there. Next, I've got a piece of Cajun Craze cardstock, and I'm going to pull out my Cajun Craze ink pad, and I'm going to take this leaf that is has long skinny leaves in it, and I'm going to take my Cajun Craze, and this is really the best time of year to use Cajun Craze. I feel like the fall really lends itself, and I'm going to stamp these long skinny leaves right up there at the top, and then I'm going to do the same thing by stamping them down in this corner right here, and that just gives a little bit of leaf design peeking out underneath those leaves that we're going to put on there. Let me put this away. I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to rough up the edges here of this cardstock just to give it kind of a rough, rustic feel, a little more texture to the front of the card. So if you're participating in the craft along, the next thing we're going to do is add some dimensionals on the back side of this Cajun Craze cardstock. And I always put one in the middle to keep things from sagging. So this bundle is in the online exclusive section of the Stampin' Up! Store, TuttleUpShop.com. And I love online exclusives because it allows us to offer more things outside of the catalog. We used to always have to wait till the next catalog came out, and now we don't have to wait anymore. We can just keep shopping new things as they come along. Next thing, I have a piece of designer series paper, I think, here. Oh, there it is. And this is going to be adhered right on top, side to side on this card front, kind of right between those two leaves right there. Let me know if you can see me okay, if the light is all right. I want to make sure you can follow along with me. I'm going to move that one out of the way for just a minute. Okay, now I've cut for you a piece of very vanilla cardstock with the deckled circle. And this deckled circle is about 3¼ inches long. But first, I'm going to slice off about 1/4 inch from one edge. And so since this was 3¼ if I want to take 1/4 inch off, I'm going to put it at 3 and I'm going to slice. And now this is going to serve as my foundation for all of my leaves. Okay, so I'm going to grab my hybrid embossing folder and my dies here. And I'm going to cut 2 things out. I'm going to cut this large leaf out, and I'm going to cut it out of crushed curry. Thank you. I was trying to think of the name of the color. And we're going to take our big die here, and we're going to line it up with the images here at the top, and it just kind of fits on there. They've kind of made it so it just kind of slides in. We're going to put this right here, fold it all over, and then go to my die cutting machine that is here off of the camera. And somebody asked me what I use for my layers for my hybrid embossing folder. So basically I use the #1 plate, and I use the thick gray #4 plate. Now this is a thick embossing folder. If it was a thin embossing folder, I would add a #2 plate on top, but since it's not, I don't have to do that. I'm just going to roll this through. You're going to see how amazing this leaf comes out. Okay. We're going to get a lot of pieces here we don't need, but look at this. How cool that comes out. Cut and embossed at the same time. I hope you guys can see that. All right, now I'm going to do the same thing again, but this time I'm going to focus on this long skinny leaf that is right here. So I'm going to add my mossy meadow, and I don't think I need one quite this big. So I'm going to cut this in half. Put my mossy meadow right there on that long skinny leaf. I'm going to do exactly the same thing I did before. I'm going to line this all up with my images at the top. I'm going to fold it over, run it through my die cutting machine over here with the #1 plate on bottom and the #4 plate on top. And here is that leaf, beautifully cut and embossed at the same time. I just love that. I love our hybrid embossing folders. I think they're super fun. I don't pay attention to a lot of our competitors, but I don't know if anybody else has hybrid embossing folders or not. So I don't know if this is just a Stampin' Up thing or if there are other companies out there that have it, but I'm glad we do. Okay, so now I'm going to take this crushed curry and I'm going to add it right to this deckled vanilla circle. I'm going to grab some liquid glue for this. I don't like to push my embossing from the back side. I always worry that it's going to crush some of the embossing. So this one is going to go right like that. And then this one I'm actually going to pop up with some dimensionals on the back side. So I'm going to add one on each of these leaves here. give it a little boost. You know what? For that skinnier leaf, I'm just going to cut this edge off right here. Oh, nice. Good for you. Are you talking about my small mini cut? I don't think so, Kathy. That was from a couple of years ago for a joining special. But like Jan said, I even found one last week. I was at Office Depot, and I found one in the section where they had their paper cutters as well. It is pretty handy. I'll have to admit that it's a pretty handy little gadget to have on hand, especially when you just need to do fast little cuts like that. Okay, so now I glued my crushed curry leaf on. I'm popping up my mossy meadow leaf, and now I'm going to pop up this entire circle on my card front with dimensionals. So remember, if you want to get this class to go, you still can. You just don't get all the extra products that people who pre-order get it. They just get a lot more value for their money. So something to keep in mind for the future. Okay, let me grab my vanilla ribbon. I'm going to open up a new one here because it looks like my other one is all gone. And we're going to do a faux ribbon on the top here. So basically I'm doing a whole class with you guys, but just online. And a full class like I would if people were in my home. I usually do 4 cards, and sometimes I do 2 each of 4 cards, which is what that mega Christmas card class is all about. I'm going to grab some tear and tape here, and I'm going to do a little twist and like this. It's going to go right here to the side of that mossy meadow, and I'm going to add a strip of tear and tape just to hold it down until I can get my label on it. I'm going to cut this off a little bit right here off the side. Cut that at a diagonal too. There we go. Now I have a piece of basic beige. I had to think about that for a second. And you know what? I forgot to do one thing. I have a piece of crumb cake here. It's not too late. I can still make this happen. And we're going to cut some of these open leaves out of that crumb cake paper. Let me grab my cutting plates here. And while I'm at it, you know what? I might as well do it all at once. I'm going to take this long oval label and I'm going to put it right here on my die. I'm going to cut them both out at once. Save us some time. All right. There's the basic beige label. And here is my crumb cake open leaves. And I'm going to take these leaves and I'm just going to tuck them underneath this vanilla. Just going to put a little glue right here at the end. I'm just going to tuck it under. Making a mess of it. Tucking it right under there, under that vanilla label. Okay. Next, I'm going to stamp my sentiment on this label. You are amazing in every way. You are amazing in every way. There we go. I'm going to grab my Cajun Craze again. You're amazing in every single way. Now I'm going to grab my dimensionals. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, 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 boop. I'm going to put one right here next to that ribbon. Sometimes I do that if I'm afraid that my label's going to have a hard time sticking over the ribbon, right? So this is going to go right there. I'm going to put another one on this side of my label, the U side, and I'm just going to attach that right there on top of my ribbon. Isn't that pretty? I love that card. Okay, almost done with this one. What we have left is our inside, and all we're doing on the inside is taking a piece of Very Vanilla. Let me get some of this stuff out of my way here. Piece of Very Vanilla and attaching it to the bottom edge, and then attaching this to the inside. Gives you lots of room to tell your friends how amazing they are. And then I'm going to attach this. So those of you who are crafting with me, let me know if I'm going too fast or too slow. And I can adjust my speed to yours. This is just going to attach right here on the inside of my card base, right like that. Okay, now the last thing I need to do is add some gems to my card. So I'm going to pull out some extras of these pecan pie and clear gems. And I'm using all the pecan pie on this one. So I'm going to swoop some up. I like to use my take your pick tool and the little putty end there. And I don't know, sometimes it's fun to say swoop. So I go swoop. Let's see if I can swoop it. There we go. One's going to go right there. I'm going to swoop another one. It's going to go over here. I'm going to swoop a small one. It's going to go right down here. I'm going to swoop another big one. Swoop. And it's going to go right there. And then swoop one more small one. And it's going to go right there. That is card number 1. Do you guys love that? So pretty. Lots of layers. That is definitely a wow card for sure. Okay, so I'm going to put that one away. I'm going to get out my box next. So we created a box that is so fun. I think you guys are really going to love this, and I can't wait to show you what goes inside. I just got them in the mail. They were delayed a bit, so this is the box that we're going to make. Isn't that fun? Look at all the layers on that. My friend Monica is a layer person, and it opens. It has that embossed layer on top, and it opens, and the little gift goes right inside here. I'll show you what those little gifts are here in just a second. So, super easy to put this box together. It's all about measuring and cutting, right, the corners and everything correctly. So I'm going to show you how to do that. All right. So, pull everything out of here. All right. So here's our box, and this box is cut. Let me tell you. It is cut 5.5 by 7.5. So the width is 5.5. This is 7.5. And then we have it scored on the long side at 1 inch, 3.5 inches, 4.5 inches, and 7 inches. And then we turn it this way, and we score it at 1 and 4.5. Now, if you got this class to go, I already did all of that for you. We're going to cut out these corners right here where the 1/2 inch edge is, and then we're going to cut up to the score line all the way across the long edges, And I always take out a little triangular piece just to help it fold and everything easier. So I folded that in that way. I'm going to burnish that with my bone folder. And I'm just going to keep going all in the same direction, okay? Fold on all of those score lines. There's one more here. So it's all folding in kind of like a box, okay? And then these pieces are all going to go to the inside this way. So let me get my small tabs. Now you can still get a kit of all these projects. You just don't get all the extras of a full embellishment package or a half a pack of DSP or a full roll of ribbon. If your order is over 50, I will add one of those 3 things to your order. But the people who pre-order are the ones who get the best deal. Okay, so here's my box all ready to fold up and go. I'm going to flip this over. And I'm going to put tear and tape on all 4 of these small tabs right here. Tear and tape is our strongest adhesive, perfect for all 3D projects, right? And I'm just going to put a couple of little strips on each of these tabs. Do it up here as well. There we go. I'm going to burnish that really well with my bone folder. It just helps to really get it to stick well and release a little bit from that wax paper that's on the top. All right. I'm going to pull the wax up on all of these tabs, remove it. So we could put all kinds of things in this box. You could put candies, you could put lip balm, you could easily put a gift card, right? I am adding some fun little different things that I found on Amazon. So I can't wait to show you those. They're really cute. Okay, so now I've got adhesive on all 4 of those tabs. I'm going to turn it back to the inside. And I'm just going to fold those tabs up to the side panels on both sides. Fold it up, press it into that side panel. Keep going with the other side. Up and in, up and in. There we go. So there's our box, you guys. That's how easy it is. I know, right? I'm planning on going to Buc-ee's soon. So here's what I found with this lid. These side panels sometimes get caught a little bit there on the side. You see how that's catching? So I'm just going to take my scissors and get my paper scissors, not my ribbon scissors, cut an extra amount of a corner off of that. See, there we go. And that's going to help it all fold inside really well. Now, I bought some of this shred at, where did I get it? Let me think. I actually got this at Walgreens, I think. It was the color I wanted, and I saw it, and I thought, I'm going to grab that little shred while I can. So here we go. We put some shred inside the box. I could even put a little more than that, I think. So for those of you who took this to go, you know the objects I'm going to put in here didn't come in on time, so I'm going to send those to you separately with the shred as well, so that you can put those in your box. So if you get it now to go, you don't get the extra little fun things inside, because that's part of the people. So look at these cute leaves we found. These are oil infused fall leaves, and look how cute those are. They're embossed with the little veins and everything. We're just going to set those inside. Just a fun little something for people to have in their desk, so if they need to wash their hands up quick, Isn't that fun? Do you guys like those? I think they're cute. Okay, so fits the theme for sure. Okay, so now I'm going to close my box and get it ready for all the embellishing. Okay, so I have a piece of crushed curry again, and this panel that's going to go on top, before I adhere it, I'm going to emboss it with my embossing folder. So I'm just got it doesn't really matter where you put it. It's not going to show a whole lot. It's just going to add some texture to your card. So I'm going to set it right there so that maple leaf will show. And grab my 1 plate and 4 plate and run this through, and that's just going to add some texture to the top of that box. All right. It's going to go right like that. Pretty cute, huh? Yes, Kathy, I can't wait to go to Buc-ee's in September. We don't have one here in Midland. The closest one is in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. But I'm going into September for a conference, so I will get to have fun with that. Okay, so let's do the belly band next. I have 2 pieces of that DSP, and this is the Mossy Meadow color, cut 6 inches by 1 inch. And I'm going to adhere them together with some Seal Plus. Let me find my Seal Plus here. There we go. Right here on the end, just a small little strip of Seal Plus. I'm going to push those on top of each other. And I found that my grid lines help me to get it really straight as well if I use those lines on my grid. Okay, now I'm going to wrap this over. And this belly band is going to help hold the lid down. As you see, it kind of makes it want to pop up a little bit. So there we go. And you don't want to wrap it too tightly or else you'll have a hard time getting it off. And you definitely want people to be able to get into the box. That's the whole purpose of it, right? You could add candies. I found some fun Werther's caramels that are in fall, like caramel apple flavor, different fall flavors, maple, all of that. Okay, so there's my belly band. The next thing is I'm going to grab my ribbon. Oh, here we go. And I'm going to wrap it around my box. About 14 inches is what you need. I'm just going to kind of wing it here. That one, of course, is going to run out right in the middle of my life. So let me find the one that I just opened. Here it is. Okay, put that one off. We'll use that one on the next card. There we go. It's going to wrap around my belly band, and I'm going to tie a bow to the left side here. So, Kathy, have you ever been to a Buc-ee's? I don't know where they're at other than Texas, but they might have them in some other states. I'm not exactly sure, to be honest. I know Jenny Tremblay is one of my downlines. She's coming to visit me in a couple of weeks, and of course, she's going to want to go to Buc-ee's. I know she is, but she'll have to go while she's in Dallas with her sister because we don't have any here in Midland. I feel like they should because Midland is the last really big city almost till you get to El Paso. I think a lot of people would enjoy a Buc-ee's in this area, so I'm gonna push for it. A lot of problems we have with getting things in Midland is that we're so far from a major metropolitan area. They don't have the distribution centers nearby that they need to make things work for us. Okay, so I'm going to flip this and make it turn a little sideways like that. Okay, I have cut from the Changing Leaves dies. They have this circle label right here. I've cut one of those. And next thing is I'm going to cut two things. I'm going to cut a maple leaf out of that Cajun Craze, and I'm going to cut the cutout leaves from Early Espresso here. So I'm going to start with the Early Espresso one. And while I'm at it, I'm going to grab that piece of Very Vanilla. I think I threw one away here, and I probably shouldn't have. Here we go. And I'm going to cut the little label here out of Very Vanilla. Yeah. Hope you guys stick with me to the end to see the last two projects, because one of them is very simple and one of them uses Blackberry Bliss, which is a gorgeous color for these cards. So I'm excited to show those to you. Okay, so here's my little cutout leaf in Early Espresso. Here's my vanilla label that I'm going to need in just a second. And then I'm going to cut out this leaf from Cajun Craze, my hybrid embossing folder, and my die. So here we go. I'm going to set this on here like I did with my other card. I'm going to add my maple Cajun Craze paper to the maple section, and I might end up getting that long leaf one in there too. That would be fun if I could save one for the next project. So here we go, pulling out my embossing plates and cutting those leaves out. Whoops, just dropped one of my clear plates. Okay. Yay, let's see if I got two. I'm just going to save this one for the next time I'm using. Might as well cut them both out together, huh? And then there's that maple leaf right there. Put this piece away, back where it belongs. Okay, so this Early Espresso piece, I'm going to put a little liquid glue on the back side here. Hi, Mary. Mary's one of my friends who took this to go. I think you're going to love the projects, Mary. So I'm just going to set this right on that belly band right there. Don't worry that that stem is sticking out, because we're going to end up covering that up. I've got my maple leaf. I'm going to add it to my crumb cake circle. And I'm going to add it with some dimensionals. There we go, right like that. And then I'm going to add that on top of those leaves. See what I'm saying? That stem's not going to show because we're going to have dimensionals popped up under this circle piece. You just don't want to get any adhesive underneath that belly band, because then you won't be able to get your box open, which would be a bummer, right? Be a bummer if you could hear the gift inside, but you can't get to it, right? Okay, there we go. So that's going to go right like that. So the last thing I need to do here is stamp for fun. Now this says actually here for you, but we're just going to stamp for you. Okay, and I'm going to show you how I did that. I grabbed my Cajun Craze pen, my marker, and this is something some of you may not know you can do. So I'm just going to use the tip of my marker just to add ink to for you. This is the easiest way I've found, especially when the words are just really small like this. For you. I'm just going to add ink just to those words, and you could really do this on any stamp. You huff a little bit to add some moisture, and then you're going to stamp for you on your little label right there. Cute, huh? Okay, so now this is going to go flat on top of my maple leaf and hang kind of to the right. Cute, huh? Let me put my marker back up. Have you guys done that before? Just inked up with a marker, just part of the words on a stamp? That's one of the first things I think I learned when I was starting to stamp, is how to do that. Okay, now I'm going to grab my take your pick tool, if I can see where I put it. I just threw it over here. Here we go. Take your pick. I'm going to add a large pecan pie up here in the upper left corner of my box, and a large clear right there. I'm going to add 2 little ones onto my label. Pecan pie and clear. Okay, and since I'm kind of weird about odd numbers, I'm going to add another one kind of right up there in that corner. There's our box. That's project number 2. How do you guys feel about that? Give me some love or thumbs up if you think that's fun. I like it a lot, so I hope you guys do too. Okay, next. Right, I struggle with that too, Kathy. I struggle with markers. Yes, I did. I said marker, I think, Laura. Maybe I said it wrong, but yes, you do it with markers. Don't do it with blends, because the alcohol, it won't work with alcohol ink markers. Okay, so here we go. Next is a fun project I think you're going to love. Here we go. It is using Mossy Meadow and pecan pie mostly. Let me move these out of the way here. Okay, so Mossy Meadow. We're starting with a card base that's Mossy Meadow, and I have, thanks Sherry, I hope you love it. I have a 5.5 by 8.5 piece of Mossy Meadow cardstock. I don't know what happened right there. Huh. Why do things like this happen on live videos? I don't understand it. I don't even know where that came from. Okay, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4 and 2 1/8. Okay, so the front panel, you're going to fold the whole card in half, and then you're going to fold it back on itself right like that. Okay, I have here a piece of designer series paper from that Neutrals paper pack in Mossy Meadow, and I'm going to add it right here to this flap, and it is cut 1 7/8 by 5 1/4. 1 7/8 by 5 1/4, and it's going to go right here attached to that front panel right like that. Okay, next I have 2 pieces. I have a piece of Mossy Meadow that is 3 inches by 3 inches, and then a piece of that crumb cake designer series paper from that same Neutrals paper pack, and it's cut a little bit smaller, 2 7/8 by 2 7/8, and I'm going to add it to, it might be 2 3/4. I can't remember. It looks like it's 2 7/8, but okay, so that is just going to go right down there and just add a little bit of a mossy meadow border all the way around. I'm going to attach this right here to the front, but I don't want any glue right here because I don't want it to stick to the inside. I only want glue on this side right here. So I'm just going to add 2 strips of Seal Plus. I'm going to center my card where I want it and press down. And that way it won't stick to the inside, okay? Thank you, Laura. That is a good point to make because people think they can do it with blends or with markers, and you can only do that with a marker. It's the only way that'll work. Okay, so this card is super easy. I have a piece of crumb cake here. I'm going to grab my large leaf, my crumb cake ink pad. I'm going to ink my leaf up, and then I'm going to die cut it with the die, not emboss it, just die cut. I could do both if I wanted to, but this time I chose just to stamp and not emboss. There we go. I'm going to grab my die. You see, you can still just die cut if you want. I'm going to grab a piece of my Post-it note tape. Make sure I've got that right where I want it. I really focus on the stem down here at the bottom. Get that lined up and everything else seems to just line up with it. Let me close this pecan pie for just a second. I'm pulling out my cutting plates. And I'm going to pull this over to my die cutting machine. And, okay, just came in taped. So I'm going to make sure it's all lined up and taped the way it should be. Might need to get another piece of Post-it note tape just to get it all snug. Let's try it like that. There we go. Now I'm just going to glue this flat right here to the front of that panel. Again, being careful not to get any glue that might attach to the inside of the card. Have you guys played much with the Changing Leaves bundle? If you have it out there, I think it is a beautiful bundle. I've made and seen lots of cards with this that are just stunning. So it's one of those that you don't necessarily, when you first see it, think it's going to be a wow, but it really is a wow. It really is. Okay, so I have already cut a vanilla circle, and I'm going to stamp inside this. I love this sentiment. I couldn't have done it without you. Have you ever had people in your lives that you felt that way about, that helped you through a really tough time or just helped you with a big project and you just want to let them know how special they are? So I couldn't have done it without you. I'm inking it up in Mossy Meadow ink, and I'm going to stamp it right in the center of that circle right there. Next, I'm doing something kind of fun. I think you guys are going to like this. I'm taking a piece of my ribbon, and this time you are going to use a blend. You don't have to do this, but I do think it's super fun. You can color this ribbon in any matching color you want by using a blend. So I have my dark pecan pie blend, and you just keep the ribbon flat and you just color, look at that, color over the ribbon, and that alcohol blend just soaks in to that ribbon and gives you a pecan pie ribbon. It's just something fun I thought you guys would enjoy doing. You can also leave it the color it is. Either way, it would be. There we go. Have you guys ever done that before? That's fun. Okay. So I'm going to blow on this. Just let it dry just a second. Because it's alcohol, it will dry pretty quick. I'm just going to fold it again. Do another faux bow because it's going to be under our label. Snip that off. I'm going to do what I did before and twist and adhere it to my card front with a piece of tear tape right here. Isn't that fun? I love to color my ribbon with blends. White ribbon, vanilla ribbon will both work coloring with blends. Okay, there we go. Now I'm going to take my label and I'm just going to add that right on top of it right there over that center point of that ribbon. I'm going to put one right there. I'm going to put one below my ribbon right here. That way I know I'm not getting adhesive anywhere that might come in contact with the inside of our card. It's going to go right there on top. Okay, and then let's do the inside. For the inside, I just stamped a maple leaf kind of coming from the left edge there in Mossy Meadow and then added the word thank you above it in pecan pie. Super simple card, but anybody, male or female, right, would love to get this card. And we always need to be grateful for the people who help us out in our lives. So I'm adding Mossy Meadow ink. I'm going to tell you guys, I'm getting a new Mossy Meadow ink pad. I've had this one for so long, and I don't know if you can tell, I've used it so much, it's gotten kind of smushy on the center. So I've ordered a new one. Should be here any day. So I don't feel like, you know, that one came out pretty good. There we go. So there's my maple leaf. I'm grabbing the word thank you and my pecan pie. Ink pad, and I'm going to put thank you right above my leaf right there. Isn't that cool? All right. This is going to adhere to the inside, and then we will be done other than adding our embellishments here. There we go. How fun is that? All right. I keep saying that, right? How fun is that? Because I think it's just so fun. I love what I do. I love that this gets to be my job in my retirement from education, is just being able to stamp and share my love of paper crafting with all of you. Looking forward to trying some scrapbooking. I haven't done that in lots of years, but I have 2 grandkids now, so I need to do some scrapbooking for them. There we go. How cute is that? Couldn't have done it. Isn't that just simple and cute? I love that, okay? Nice little fun fold there. Okay, one more, and we are good to go, and this honestly may be my favorite card. Let's see if I can find it in my mess here. Oh, there we go. Got some Blackberry Bliss coming on. Those are fun. Blackberry Bliss is one of my favorite colors. So here we go. Look at this, guys. It has glimmer. It has shine. It has that beautiful Blackberry Bliss going on there. And then the inside has some glimmer and shine to it as well. Okay, So here we go. I'm starting out with a piece of Blackberry Bliss. And so since this is a craft along, we have one extra project than we normally do. Normally I do 3, but craft along we do 3 cards and the 3D project, which was the box. Okay, so there's my card base. 5.5. I don't know why this is looking longer than 5. It is longer. I'm going to have to cut off a 1/2 inch on this one. Why in the world would I cut it at 6? I don't know. Unless I cut, I don't know. Who knows? We're going to cut it at 5.5 here. Cut it down a little bit. Hopefully you guys out there didn't get a 6-inch card. If you did, just cut it down a 1/2 inch. There we go. All right. Okay, I have another panel of Blackberry Bliss. We're just going to ignore what just happened. And this is cut 5 1/4 by 4. And believe it or not, this is just going to be added on to the background here. But I'm going to take this strip of Designer Series paper in Blackberry Bliss, and I'm just going to run it right across the card right there, that panel. There we go. Then, this is super fun. I think you guys are going to love this. I have 3 panels that are 1 1/4 by 3 1/4 that are not embossed. I have 2 of those, I should say. Then I took 2 more that are 1 by 3, and I embossed them with that embossing folder. I am going to adhere the embossed pieces to the non-embossed pieces, and they're going to add some panels that look like that. Okay, I'm going to do it again on this one. Thanks, Sue. I'm glad you're here. It looks like you came in a little late, but you're going to love these cards. They're so pretty. Okay, so here are my 2 panels. Looks like I got that one a little crooked. Let's see if I can straighten it. Yep, and I can. Caught it in time. I'm going to straighten it out a little bit here. There we go. Now, these are going to get adhered right here onto the front of my card, right like that. Okay? Just to add a couple little panels. You can't see it very well on camera, but let me tell you, it is stunning. So this one is going to go about right like that. And then I'm going to do the same thing on this one. It's going to go right next to it with about 1/4 inch between the 2. And then this whole panel is going to be put flat right on top of that. Just adds a little extra. Can you see that? So fun. So it's going to go right like that, like so. Okay, now I'm going to be doing some embossing and cutting. Die cut out of this glimmer paper. This comes in a pack that has Old Olive and Berry Burst in it. I'm just pulling out the white, and this is in the online exclusives, so you would find it there. It's not in the catalog. Okay, so I'm taking these 3 pieces right here, and I'm going to cut them all out of that shimmer, white glimmer paper. And then from my crumb cake, I'm going to cut the double leaf, the little solid leaves, and the label right here. And so I'm just going to cut all of these at once, the glimmer and the crumb cake pieces over here on my die cutting machine. love all things glimmery, as you guys know. Okay, die cutting all these pieces, 6 pieces at once here. I'm going to go twice over my glimmer pieces because sometimes that glimmer paper is a little harder to cut through. So here are my crumb cake pieces. Here's my crumb cake open leaf die cut piece. Here's my little leaf die cut piece. All of these are part of the Changing Leaves bundle. I'm not pulling out anything that's from other bundles. And then my glimmer pieces are another open leaf. Guys, hanging with me? We're almost done here. This is our last card of the craft along. I'm so thankful that you guys are loving doing the craft along with me. I'm thankful for all of you that pre-ordered your kits. It's fun to know that people are out there creating with me. And I'm just not here all by myself, right? It's fun to know that I can visualize people on the other side of the camera putting their cards together as I put mine together. It just adds a bit of fun for me. Feel more like we're in person, right? Yay, thank you. Okay, so I'm adding some glue to my, just the very base of my cut leaves right there. And I'm going to put that right there. Let me get that Chad out of there. Okay. And then the solid, oops. Next, I took the other open leaf that is made from the glimmer paper, adding a bit of glue to the bottom of it. And it's going to go kind of right here. That one, Chad, just wants to hang on. There we go. It's going to go right here, pointing to the bottom right. And then I'm going to add my solid leaves on top of that glimmer leaf. I'm going to add some liquid glue. And it's going to hang out kind of right down here. And then this fun little twig that has glimmer in it is going to be right this way. Isn't that fun? I love it. I think this is a beautiful, elegant card. Now this, my circle, I'm just going to pop up with dimensionals. If I have to say so myself, I actually found a similar card and I made it my own, and I really like using the Blackberry Bliss and the glimmer paper in this. I think it just adds a lot of fun. So this is going to go right there on top. Next, I'm going to take this oval in crumb cake, and I am going to stamp a little note to brighten your day. A little note to brighten your day, and I'm going to use Blackberry Bliss on that as well. Ah, I forgot to do something. I just realized. Did you guys see it? Before I put this down, I needed to add, here, I'll just pull it up real quick. Just a strip of this gingham ribbon. It's going to go right across the top right here, just to add that little element behind the circle. So I am going to add some Seal Plus to this gingham ribbon, and it's going to attach right like that. Then I'm going to add the glimmer circle on top of it. There we go. All right. So did I stamp yet? Nope, but I stamped my arm. That's always fun. Okay, a little note to brighten your day. It's going to go right in the middle of that label. And then this is going to get glued on this end because I want it flat with that circle. But I'm going to pop it up on this end because this circle is popped, so we want it to be the same level. So I'm going to add a dimensional to, there we go, to the side that says to brighten. Let me double check mine right here. And then I'm just going to add flat glue. And anytime you're gluing onto glimmer, you need to use liquid glue, okay? Seal has a hard time sticking to glimmer paper. So this is going to go right like that. Oh my gosh, I love this card. Do you guys love it? I hope you do. All right, so now for the inside, let me put that to the side real quick. I have a piece of basic white. That's sorry, Mary, we'll see you soon. 4 by 5 1/4. And I'm taking that pointy leaf and I'm going to stamp it in Blackberry Bliss. I know this one's going a little long today, but I hope you guys love the projects. I don't usually go for an hour. Stamping that right on the inside. Isn't that stunning? I love that. And then I decided it would be fun to add a piece of glimmer paper underneath it to kind of bring, you guys know me, bring the outside to the inside. So that's going to go across the bottom, right like that. And then this whole panel is going to get adhered to the inside. Hope you guys enjoyed having your lunch break with me. I always finish my Facebook Lives and I'm starving because I'm like, I haven't eaten anything. So hopefully you guys are eating and watching and just enjoying watching my creations with you. And then last, we need to add some of those beautiful gems, right? And I focused on the white ones for this. So I'm going to put a large one right there. Need my take your pick tool here. My small swoop it up is going to go right here. And then I have another large one down here. And I'm going to put it right here on this one. Okay, so let me pull out all my cards so you can see them once again. This was the first one, using the more fall colors, right? The box was the second one with those fun little oil-infused hand soaps on the inside. And then the third one is this one, and the fourth is this one. So I hope you guys love these projects. Please give me some love and share me out to your friends. As you know, someone's going to get a set of these because they commented or shared my post out to their friends. And I'd love for that to be you. So I'm going to come back. I'm going to add all the links to everything I talked about today in the description after I end this video. I'm going to give you the link to the Sentimental Christmas card class that's coming up. I'm going to give you the link to my fall retreat that's coming up and how to be added to my email list so that you find out all the things that are going on in the Tuttle Up world and how you can get in on the next craft along coming up next month using the Regal Winter Suite from the holiday catalog. I think you guys are going to love it. It's gorgeous. So God bless everybody. Thank you for spending your lunch hour with me, and I will see you here Thursday, hopefully with another Tuttle Thursday tip. So God bless. Bye-bye.